G'day everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to check your NTCET pattern using the SACE website. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do is go to the SACE website, go to Google, type in SACE, and this should come up. Now if this doesn't come up as the first thing, have a scroll down, it should come up in the first couple. Make sure you're clicking on South Australian Certificate of Education. So this is the SACE website. Hopefully you've seen it before. If you haven't, you should familiarise yourself with it. This website obviously is for the South Australian Certificate of Education, but the NTCET is run through SACE. So on this website there is all the information you need to know about being successful, I guess, in year 11 and 12, in particular year 12. So there's a section down here for students and families. That's the one I want you to click on. So as I said, there's a whole bunch of information here. It's worthwhile checking it out, familiarising yourself with it. But what we're interested in today is over here on related links, and I want you to look for Students Online. So when you click on Students Online, it's going to come up with a login that looks something like this. Yours might not have teacher login up on it. It might just say student login. But either way, it works the same. So to log in, you need your student registration number. Now you all have one of these. Some of you may know it. It will be on the top of your reports. And maybe you've been already putting it on your assignments. But if you don't know it, your mentor teacher has a list of all your student registration numbers, or sometimes referred to as SACE numbers. So you put that number in there. It might look something like this. And then you're going to need a PIN. Now, you've all received a PIN at some stage, but there's a fair chance you don't know it or you've forgotten it. So if that's the case, you will need to go down and click on Request a PIN Reset. So I'm just going to show what that looks like when you do that. It's pretty simple. First name, last name, email address, some contact details, date of birth. Once you fill that in and hit Submit, it will then send you an email with your PIN number, and you can go back and log on using that. So you put your SACE number in, and you'll put some sort of PIN number in. Once you got that, you'll hit log on. Once you do that, something like this should show up. Now you'll see it says SACE Planner here currently, and it's showing Stella Griffiths SACE Planner. Now if it doesn't say SACE Planner, up here on the right or left hand side, there will be an option to click to your SACE Planner. So that's what I want you to click on if it doesn't say SACE Planner when it comes up. You'll notice that I'm showing you today Stella's. I need to use the students to demonstrate how to interpret the information on the page. I've chatted to Stella and she says that it's okay to show her results to you. So the first thing you'll see is there's a whole bunch of columns. Down the left hand side here, these are the subjects that Stella has either completed or is currently enrolled in. On the next column, you'll see the grades she's received so far, and you'll see that in some of those it says assumed C. And where it says assumed C, that means that she hasn't actually completed that subject yet, but it's assumed she will get a C. The next column you'll see things like 10 in orange. This is the number of credits the subject's worth. Now if it's in this column and it's in orange, that means that subject is currently in progress. It hasn't been completed yet. And in the final column, they're the subjects that Stella has completed so far and received the 10 credits for. Now hopefully you're all aware that to complete your NTCET you need to complete a total of 200 credits. So that's what we're talking about. These credits here, they need to add up to a total of 200. But within that 200 credits there's some other requirements as well, and that's what each of these sections is dealing with. So this top section here, this is the literacy requirement to complete your NTCET, and it says you need at least 20 credits. So that's basically 2 subjects at year 11. So, and they have to be relating to English. So here we go. Stella's got her first English subject that she did in stage 1 last semester. She got an A for that subject and she got 10 credit points for it. Her second English subject she's currently in the progress of completing. It's assumed she'll get a C. And it's worth 10 credits. Once she completes that and she got a C, then that will become green over there and we'll say 10 credits there. To that 20 credits has to be at a C or better grade. So if she got a D in first semester, it wouldn't show up in here. Okay, the next thing that she has to do to get an NTCET is do at least 10 credits of maths and get that at a C or better. So in the first semester she did 10 credits of maths, a maths subject which was worth 10 credits. She received a C and therefore she has her 10 credits there. After that section there's a subtotal and it says that it's in orange, so it's not yet complete, but she's currently doing or has done 30 credits of English and maths to meet the requirement of the NTCET. Okay, so the next thing is the personal learning plan. Now most of you would have done that in year 10 and you have to have done that and got your 10 credits for that and passed it at least a C grade. So Stella got an A, which is great. She got the 10 credits and so she's met that requirement. So you can see that's in green here and yeah, 10 out of 10. So she's met that part of the requirement of the NTCET. Okay, the next requirement is that in either stage 1 or stage 2 subjects she needs to receive a grade C or better for at least 70 credits. So 70 credits is essentially 7 stage 1 subjects. So Stella in the first semester of stage 1 did 6 subjects, and you can see those here: chemistry, English, music, Spanish, biology and maths. She got a C or B better in every one of those subjects, and so she got 10 credits for each of those subjects, and they show up in this area. Now if for one of these subjects she had have got a D or an E, they would be showing up down here, and I'll talk about that in a moment. You'll notice though that she has to get 70 credits. She couldn't complete that in first semester, she could only do 60. She's currently doing other stage 1 subjects, so one of those is placed in there. It's assumed she'll get a C. Once she completes that and has a grade greater than C, it will become green over there and she will have completed that requirement for the NTCET. Now also for your NTCET you can get either in stage 1 or stage 2 subjects 60 credits that are of a grade that might be not quite as good as C. So this is your D's and the E's could show up in here. It's okay if they show up as C's, that's great, that's not a problem. But if you got D's and E's, they could be put into this area. What that means is that over the course of stage 1 and stage 2, you don't want to get too many D's or E's because you can only fill that up with 60 credit points. Okay, so at the moment they're just being filled up with the other subjects that she's doing, and as you can see they're all orange because they aren't complete yet, and it's assumed that she'll get a C. At the end here there's a subtotal. So at the end of her schooling, she's going to need to make sure that a subtotal of this section and this section there is 130 credits. At the moment, there's only 120. Now that's nothing to get worried about, because Stella will easily get the extra credits that she requires by doing year 12. However, if you looked down here and you had something like 90 in there instead of 120, that would be a concern, because it would be hard to then complete enough subjects to get a total of 200 down here by the end of year 12. So you want to be somewhere around 110, 120 in here. So that's something to have a think about. The next section is the stage 2 credits, and as you can see, it says you need at least 60 credits at stage 2. Now there's nothing in there at the moment, because at the moment Stella isn't doing any stage 2 subjects. Some people may have stuff in there. Some people are doing stage 2 subjects at the moment, so there might be something in there. It says you only need 60 credits. Now that's true if you don't want to go to university. But if you want to go to university and you want to get an ATAR, next year you're going to need at least 90 credits of stage 2 subjects. So that's actually 4.5 stage 2 subjects. Now we don't do half stage 2 subjects at Darwin High School, but we will be offering a subject called the research project, which is worth 10 credit points at stage 2 next year, and that might be an option to do the half. For a lot of students though, they might choose to do 5 stage 2 subjects next year. Okay, so that's basically what we want you to do. We want you to go through and check what subjects you've done so far, record how many credits that you've received or you're potentially going to receive, and then have a think about what the stage 2 subjects might be that you're going to do next year. Your mentor teachers have a sheet that you can fill that information out on, and I'd like you to hand that sheet back to your mentor teacher at the end of this session, so that they can then pass it on to us and we can do a bit of a check and see whether you're meeting the requirements of the NTCET. If you're not, we'll sort of come around and have a chat about what we can do to change that over summer, so that you will complete your NTCET by the end of next year. So hopefully you don't have any questions. If you do, your mentor teacher should be able to help you out. So get stuck into that and try and complete it by the end of this mentor session. If you don't, take it home, do it, and bring it to your next mentor session, and the sheet can be passed on, or you can just bring the sheet directly to my office. So thanks very much for listening. Have a go. Good luck.